or Spanish. We do have simultaneous translation. Number 1 is English and number 2 is Spanish. Okay, if you'd like to start.
Jose, Paul Pogba didn't train this morning. Paul Pogba didn't train this morning.
He did after you left.
So is he fit for tomorrow night?
I don't know. We don't know yet, but he trained a little bit after you left.
Is Anthony Marshall fit as well?
Yeah,
okay.
Fit.
Jose, Scott McTominay has been selected for Scotland by Alex McLeish this lunchtime. How far has he progressed in the last 6 months to come from nowhere to being almost an international footballer?
He's playing well. He's using every minute on the pitch and outside the pitch to learn. He's humble. He wants to learn. He doesn't want headlines or flashes. He just wants to work, improve, and be useful for his team. He was progressively getting chances to play. He got the injuries of Michael Carrick, Fellaini, Pogba, Herrera. Basically, all of the midfield players they had one injury during the season, and he was getting minutes and he was getting experience. And it's the best way. The best way to improve is to be on the pitch, of course. But he's a good learner, and I remember his beginnings when sometimes he was not even on the bench, but I was taking him with the team as the extra player. And I remember clearly him in the meetings, in the dressing room, half time, eating every word, listening to everything. So I think his humble nature is what is making him a good player for us.
Jose, has Marcus done enough to stay in the team after Saturday? And 0-0 is a dangerous scoreline, isn't it? You've got to score, but a score draw isn't enough. Did Rashford come in for his goal threat?
Look, I read something, some quote from the worst manager in the history of the Premier League, Frank de Boer, 7 matches, 7 defeats, 0 goals, where he was saying that it's not good for Marcus Rashford to have a coach like me, because the most important thing for me is to win. If he was coached by Frank, he would learn how to lose, because he lost every game. But I try to give the best to the kids' education. Of course, Marcus, I have to be honest and give the credit to the people of the academy that was responsible for his formation. I have to give the credit to Mr. Van Gaal, that was responsible for his first season in the first team. But if you go to his numbers and how many matches he played with me last season and also this season, I would say, maybe I'm wrong, but I would say probably is in the top 5 players with more matches in the two seasons, and applies the same with Scott. The best thing that can happen to a kid is to have experiences, and Marcos is having these experiences too. I'm really happy. Probably I think that Gary Southgate doesn't mind that I say a little bit that a couple of minutes of our conversation was about Marcos, and he also knows what Marcos can give, and I think we are all on the same page. He plays for Manchester United many matches. He starts some, he comes from the bench others. He's 20 or 21 years old, and really pleased with everything. Does he play every match from the start? No, of course not. But he's a player that we trust, and I told that before Liverpool match, where probably not many of you were expecting him to start. He started. He had a good match, and I'm not just speaking about scoring goals, because for me, analyze a performance is much more than analyze the number of goals or the number of assists. For me, the performance is globality, and I'm really happy with Marcus.
How big was Saturday going into this game in terms of getting that win and that result? But also, how big is this week in defining how your season maybe turns out?
You know, tomorrow is more important than Saturday, because Saturday was a match for points, was a match that we still have 24 more points to discuss, 24 more points to try to finish top 4, to try to finish third, to try to finish second, if possible. But tomorrow and Saturday are the matches where, in the end, you go to the next draw, or you don't go to the next draw. So, of course, knockout become more important than championship matches.
Hi, Jose. You've won this competition twice as a manager.
Did I?
Yes.
Yeah?
Very well done on that. And so, with that knowledge, how well equipped is your squad, Manchester United's squad, to at least try and win it this season, to go deep into the competition, do you think?
I think we are not one of the best teams in the competition. But I think when a team arrives in the last 8, anything can happen. I think when you are in the last 16, it looks really, really far. But when the team gets in the last 8, you start smelling semi-finals. And I think when a team gets into the last 8, the feeling is, of course, you are amongst the best. But anything can happen. So let's see what happens tomorrow. I think tomorrow is a very difficult match. We are playing against a team that didn't lose against Liverpool, home and away. Score goals in Liverpool, drew the match in Liverpool. And when I say Liverpool, I say because it's an example of a very good team, is an example of an important stadium with big tradition. So when I say Liverpool, is just to say that Sevilla is a really good team, and the result of the first leg is a result that leaves everything open for tomorrow. I don't feel we have any advantage in this moment. We are going to try to prove that we are better and to try to win the match tomorrow, but the reality is that in this moment we haven't any advantage at all.
Buenas tardes, José.
Hola.
Manchester United lleva varios años sin estar en cuartos de final, sin estar entre los 8 mejores. ¿Consideras el partido de mañana como de los más importantes de los últimos años, justamente el Manchester United, por volver a estar en la élite?
You know, I think Europa League final was internationally our most important match in the last years, because we won the competition, and that victory brought us to Manchester United natural habitat, which is the Champions League. I think Manchester United has to be a team of Champions League, so that victory last season was very important for us, because we finished outside the top 4 in the Premier League, and by winning Europa League we won a title, and at the same time we went back to the Champions League. If tomorrow we manage to win the tie and to go to the last 8, I think it's a good achievement. But if we go to the last 8, life goes on, and life goes on means that we will have hypothetically a quarterfinal to play, and if we go to the quarterfinal, we don't go to the quarterfinal thinking that we have no chance, not at all. But the biggest problem in this moment, the problem that we have to resolve, has only one name, and that name is Sevilla.
Jose, I know you said Paul came to train after the media left. Did anyone else come in? Herrera wasn't there.
No. It was just Paul. It was just Paul.
And with Phil Jones, we've not seen him since early.
He's injured.
But with England's meeting up next week, what's his situation?
And only if Gary wants to take him for the medical department because he's injured.
Hola, vamos por aquí. Alexis ha recibido muchas críticas en los últimos partidos. Hoy día podíamos ver el entrenamiento de él y veíamos cómo llegaba 10 minutos antes del resto de sus compañeros. No sé cómo, para ti, cómo es entrenar a un jugador así que generalmente siempre quiere estar en la cancha. ¿Y qué esperas de un jugador así en un partido tan importante como mañana?
No, 10 minutos antes lo hace siempre. Es siempre el primero en ir al campo y no veo ningún tipo de problema en esto. Críticas, en este momento en Inglaterra las críticas son para casi todos, no digo todos, pero para casi todos. No es un niño, es un chico con muchos años de fútbol y muchos años de experiencia. No creo que jugar para un club como el Barcelona, una selección como el Chile, no creo que sea muy fácil también a nivel de este tipo de presión. Estoy seguro que próxima temporada será todavía mejor que ahora, es normal. Y mañana lo que espero es que con sus compañeros gane el partido. No espero nada de él a nivel personal. La única cosa que espero es que él con sus compañeros consigan ganar el partido. Es la única cosa que me interesa.
Said that he felt this club should have won more than 3 European Cups. Do you agree with that? And do you feel you now have the conditions, everything in place, the team, the players, the resources, to be able to add to that total?
Not yet. But when a team reaches the last 8, anything is possible. Now I have only one name in my mind. This is Sevilla. I know that it's very difficult to go through. If we go to the quarterfinal draw, doesn't matter the opponent. The opponent will be always, or for us or for Sevilla, will be always one of the big names in European football. But we will try.
Okay, last 2 questions, one there and one there.
Hi Jose, Paul Scott from TRT World. I'd like to ask you about UEFA's plans for next season's Champions League, if that's okay. 4 places guaranteed to teams from England, Spain, Italy and Germany. The last team not from one of those countries to win the competition was your Porto team in 2004. Do you think those changes are going to make it much harder and almost impossible for teams like Porto to win the competition again in the future?
I did that.
You did that?
It's good. It's a good achievement. Because I work in England, I'm happy with that. Okay? I'm more than honest. Because I work in England and because the 4th position is hypothetically a position where we can finish the league, I'm very happy with that because it's better for an English club that finished 4th. It's better not to play that last playoff, which is always a risk, and be already qualified. So I think in this moment, the English teams that are fighting for top 4, I'm pretty sure that all of them, Jurgen, Conte, all of them will feel the same as me. We are happy that the 4th goes direct. It's good for us.
Okay, last question.
Hola Jose, ¿qué tal? Dani Sil para la cadena COPE. ¿No estar entre los 8 mejores clasificados para la Champions sería un fracaso?
Sería un fracaso. No sé qué te diga, de verdad. No sé qué te diga. Fracaso. Ganamos 2-1 a Liverpool y al final del partido había unos que decían que era un fracaso. Puede imaginar que ser eliminado será considerado un fracaso. Yo a nivel personal, para mí sería más una desilusión, ¿no? ¿Se dice? Una desilusión que un fracaso. No creo que somos candidatos a ganar la competición, no lo creo. Pero cuando empatas fuera, a pesar de que es un 0-0 y un 0-0 es un resultado que no es especialmente bueno, pero decidir una eliminatoria aquí en nuestra casa, en un partido en que tenemos que ganar, no tenemos que ganar por 3, por 4, por 5, tenemos que ganar 1-0, 2-1, 5-4, 8-7. No ganar es o sería una desilusión.